All right, unboxing time. I am super excited about this deck. It's Laura Savas Dark Mirror Oracle cards. And I only learned about this deck recently. A friend of mine mentioned them to me and I knew immediately I had to have them. As you can probably guess from the general aesthetic and the name, it's to do with getting in touch with your shadow side. This is my understanding. I obviously haven't opened it yet. Let's see the back. You've got 6 languages: English, Italian, Spanish, French, Russian, and Portuguese. And anyway, let's look at the English. A spiritual mirror for those who are not yet shining in the light, but are still surrounded by darkness. And so the friend who recommended this said, yeah, it's kind of putting you in touch with maybe the darkness and like what's in shadow. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Because don't get me wrong, I love all my oracle decks that are all about light work and, you know, bringing the light and the positivity and the joy. But sometimes you just got to dive into the darkness. And I have always been a bit, I don't know if it's weird, like even as a small child, I was always never afraid. I never tried to turn away from the darkness. I always tried to dive deeper into it. Like I know, we all know that everyone has darkness in their hearts, in their soul. And it's not, how do I say it, like a good or a bad thing. It's just where there's light, there's shadow, right? And we tend to shy away from it because it's scary, it's uncomfortable, we don't like it. But I always thought, personally for myself, even as a child, I would never reach my full potential if I was hiding from parts of my own self. It didn't make sense to me. It always made sense to try and bring the darkness to light as much as possible, uncomfortable as it is. But there you go. So anyway, very appealing concept for an oracle deck for me. So let's have a looky inside. So I've already removed the outer plastic, but I haven't opened inside. So we have a ribbon. I love that. I love that. That will make life so much easier. I haven't seen that before in an oracle deck. So we've got the guidebook and the cards. The cards are plastic wrapped. It's quite small guidebook, and it's got all 6 languages in it. What is a dark mirror? Potentially, it's the murky surface of our wounded, scarred spiritual lakes. As we live out each day in our modern society, our spiritual self is under constant pressure, often a neglected and abused child in the cold mansion of our humanity. Damn, okay, I'm feeling the language already. Okay, interesting. 5 concepts. Each card within the Dark Mirror Oracle has an aspect relating to one of the following 5 concepts. So we've got the moon, grief processing, and 5 steps of grief outlined here. Visual seed, sentence, going dark. We fear the dark, yet sometimes we need to embrace our fear and walk through it. It is not an easy task because even if we are strong, the darkness can also be strong. It's a part of us and strikes where we are weak. It is a necessary process sometimes. Stare into the darkness, walk into the darkness, and let the darkness in. Look into a dark mirror. Amen. Oh, yes, thank you, Larissa. Shout out to Larissa, my friend who told me about this. I had never heard about this oracle deck. I'd never had the faintest inkling about it, even though I've sort of seen loads of oracle decks before, but not this one. So let's get into it. Okay, I'll put the box aside. Got to open the cards. Got my scissors ready. Oh. Got it open, all right. So satisfying, that plastic coming off. Okay, so let's flip through them one by one. Let me just check it's in focus. Okay, so we have Triumph of Lies. Ooh, damn, that image actually looks a little bit blurry. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. Also, just a comment on the cardstock. This is the back. That's what the back looks like. It's glossy, and they're not... Well, it's glossy, but it's kind of got like a matte texture to it. And they're not the thickest cards in the world, but they're not... They bend fairly easily. They're not the thickest, but they're not too flimsy either. So, where were we? The Temple of My Body. Ooh. Sorry, my hair just fell into shot there. Obsession. Is this me? Gilded regret. Oh, that's deep. Alone in the world. Wow, that hits home. Sacrifice. The child I was meant to be. Wow, triggered already. Envious gluttony. Colorless angel. Addicted. Artificial heart. Blinded to pain. Hiding your true self. Yikes. Masquerade. Black flower fragrance. Forgetting oneself. Naked before the stars. Parasite. Downcast pride. Bride in a cage. Oh, damn. Ooh. I won't cry for you. Revenge. Queen of my world. Fated to suffer. Peaceful among thorns. Fragmentation. Perchance to dream. Interesting illustration. Anger and chains. Calling the storm. Atonement. Today for tomorrow. So it's 32 cards in the deck. Again, that's the back. And yeah, I mean, I am fascinated. I can't wait to start working with these cards. I see in the guidebook, just opening at a random page here, you've got the 5 elements, I think, that were mentioned, like the moon phase and the visual seed sentence, going dark. There was something about grief, wasn't there? Oh yes, this is the stage of grief. In this one, it would be anger. Whoa. I've seen in other like reviews and comments that this is probably not one of those to work with like every day. It's probably not an oracle deck that you want to be pulling from like a card a day, as I do with some of my other oracle decks. But yeah, I don't see myself doing that with this one. But I think it's going to be great for shadow work, great for when I'm looking to, looking for the positivity and the inspiration and the encouragement, but also looking for what really needs to be brought to light, what needs to come into awareness. This is the one. Oh, can't wait. I would normally do like a random card pull, but I feel like even that is getting a bit intimate for me. So I'll leave that for today. You've seen all the cards. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.